Hello friends, it's Miss Thompson here. It is time for another story sitting on the stoop with Miss Thompson. Hey, listen, before we get started, I want to go back and review some things really quick, okay? Now, we've read about the pigeon. Um, let's see. Don't let the pigeon stay up late. That the word pigeon. Does anybody remember or know what letter pigeon begins with? P. You are absolutely correct. P. P. When P says its name is, be very careful not to put that at the end of the sound along with P. It's like you're blowing out a candle almost. So pigeon begins with the letter P. We've also talked about Pete the cat, which begins with the letter P as well. And cat, who knows what the word cat begins with? All right. C. Now listen, it does begin with the C. You're absolutely correct. Don't ever let it trick you because it makes the what? K sound. So don't let it trick you. When you are saying the word cat, remember it's k-at, and then you're going to blend it all together. Cat. All right? So Pete the cat. Cat begins with the letter C. Now, today we got a new friend that we're going to introduce. I told you we were going to be reading about him really soon. This is Gerald the giraffe. And the name of the book, oh, Gerald, let's get in here right. Oh, bless his heart. Here we go. Giraffes Can't Dance. I know. I'm having a hard time pulling these pages together here. Here we go. Once again, giraffes can't dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his legs, well, there goes my paper. I was going to tell you some other information, but we're going to let it go today. Here we go. Once again, Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim. His knees were really awfully crooked, and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots of trees, off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really bad. The warthogs started waltzing and the rhinos rock and roll. The lions did a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps outdid a cha-cha with a very Latin feel. And the 8 bamboos, they teamed up and did a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they all soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. Gerald simply froze. He was rooted to his spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept from the dance floor and he started walking home. He never felt so sad before. So sad and so all alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon could be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Hey, excuse me, coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald early on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying. His tail was swishing around. He threw his legs out sideways, he swung them everywhere, and he did a backward somersault, and he leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful, his mouth was open wide. I'm dancing, yes, I'm dancing, I'm dancing, I am dancing, he cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quiet entrance. They shouted, it's a miracle! He must be a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen. How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, let us know how. Please tell us how. But Gerald simply trolled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head up high and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find the music that we love. Thank you for listening to Giraffes